Yeah, he's stoked. Unbelievable wave riding right there from Sasha in the very last minute. And Jeff Hubbard barely squeezing through.
Yeah, no, it's been a great morning. Good morning, guys. Good to be back here. And it's been a pretty exciting morning so far. We've been seeing some, heats go down to the wire as we don't expect less from this heat. This is Chase O'Leary from Australia, Paul Macquarie. Just getting the heat off the way. Unfortunately got sucked over the falls there in that one. Still early days.
Have you been watching these first two heats?
I just rocked up for the end of that first heat, which I saw Andrew Lester, give a little great exchange at the end there just to get the score to move into second place and advancing to round number 3. Yeah.
All right.
Stoked that Sasha made it. Jeez, there was nail biting stuff there for him. He was sitting in third for a while, then moved into second, then first, and then back to third, and then second, and then eventually he got it out on top.
You're probably going to see that throughout the entire day today with the conditions that we have today. I mean, you have some solid 6-foot sets coming in, but they're not many of those. So you're going to see a lot of smaller, 4s and 5 waves coming through throughout the entire heat, and then all of a sudden a big set comes in and everybody catches a wave and everything can change.
Yeah, no, it's not making the life for the judges that easy, but that's how it's going to be worked out today. You just got to really pick those good ones today and make sure that you ride them to your fullest ability.
All right, once again, Manny V here holding it down now for heat number 3. Mark McCarthy in round number 2. We have Chase O'Leary in red, Damien King in white, in yellow, Thomas Rigby, and in blue, Eder Luciano. Again, this is an elimination round, which means only 2 riders will advance on to round number 3. The other 2, sorry, Charlie, that is it. Thank you all for tuning in from all over the world. Tom from Cardiff, Liam in Melbourne, and Cade Wood, we know you're watching. And it's cool to get all this interaction going on with our viewers that are tuning in from all over the world. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it's pretty epic. These days, we do see a little ride here. This is Damien King up and going. Nice big wave, set himself into the pit. Oh my gosh, double barrel coming out. Looking back at the pit. Take that. El Gringo says Damien King. Here you go on the back. We do have a split peak situation.
We're going to stick on the blue.
This is Luciano. Blue. Eder Luciano. He prefers his rides. Oh my, this is going to be a big barrel.
I don't know if he's going to come out. Big spit, and no, he does not make it out of that. That was Eder Luciano in blue. Pulls in deep.
Wow.
And hopefully we can get another shot of what happened on that left. But Eder Luciano in the blue holding on steady, but cannot come out of that deep right.
How was that wave with Damien King? Wow, that was incredible.
How's that look back at the end?
Yeah.
so scores are dropping. Liam in Melbourne, thank you for tuning in. The gold, Queensland. Cade Wood, Jordan Parr from Burns Beach, WA. Michael, we know you're tuning in as well from South Africa. Go Specs. James McClellan, Northern Ireland. James Ryan, Box Beach, Nelson Bay. Portugal, Tiago Diaz. Obrigado. Let's take another look at Damien King.
This is Damien King. We just see just puts his shoulder into that wave, gets to get himself in the right position to just control his speed and the amount of time he wants to be in the barrel. He sees the barrel goes again, so he just utilizes the whole there, look back.
Only Kingy.
Little cheeky fella.
Yes, he is. They call him the Joker.
He doesn't stop. Yeah, this is a replay for the yellow there we didn't see. This is Thomas Rigby. Yeah, not a bad wave for Thomas. It's probably the second best wave of the heat after Kingy's, and he's in there for actually quite a long time and coming out. Let's see if he whacks it, a little spin in there. Nice. Great wave for young Thomas Rigby. There's a little screenshot of Tom, only 19 years old. Hometown, Australia, from the Gold Coast, actually.
You're going to see a lot of Thomas Rigby for years to come. He's one of those guys that are here to stay, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, he's a cool guy, and he's got a really cool family. I know his mom will be watching, so hi Susan, I'm sure you're watching and supporting your boy along with his brother, the stunt master.
That's what I've noticed, that the Australians have huge family support, huge bodyboarding club support, and just a huge country support. So shout out to the Australians.
Yeah, it's great.
Jake Morgan, Byron Bay, what up? Alan, again, we know you're from Barbados and locked in NYC. And you've been tuned in pretty much every single live webcast we've had. Don't you work, brother? Jake McMullen, what up, brother? And Ricardo from Sao Miguel, the Azores. Thank you all for tuning in from all over the world. Check this out. We do have the winner of the last heat with Alex Leone. Alex, where you at, brother?
Yeah, thanks, Manny. Down here, mate. The crowd down here is just starting to flock in. It's pretty good, and we just watched Sasha Specker just dominate that heat. Specs, massive invert on that right-hander. What were you thinking?
I was in the lead, but then I still needed a good wave, and I knew Hub, and I knew Dougie Smith and Brahim, he won the trial, so like you can't let your guard down. So I just saw the little right. No one was looking at it. I figured I'd just go for it, and maybe I'd get a section. I was lucky. It was a good wave.
Yeah, we got reports from the airport saying there was something flying in the air over here. So you're lucky, you stuck that thing and got the score, mate. It was at 8 point something, so you must be pretty proud. And look, you're surviving. You're in around 3 now, so didn't have to pack your bags yet. So you're pretty stoked.
Yeah, no, I've still got a lot of work to do here, so I'm looking forward to it. Whether I make it through round 3 or not, I'm super stoked to be here, and it's been an awesome event. So yeah, just stoked to be a part of it, and kind of proud to be a part of it. It's a milestone in bodyboarding at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, for people who don't know, Specs is actually our IBA photographer and competitor, and I mean, I'm going to have to start taking the photos now because Specs, who's going to do the job? You're in the round 3 again. What's happening?
I got guys working for me, so it should be fun.
Well, look, congratulations, mate. In the round 3. We'll see you then, mate. See you tomorrow, or maybe today. We'll see what happens. But back to you, Manny, in the booth.
Unreal. So, yeah, Sasha, I think, probably puts in the most water time. If you think about it, he's out in the water taking photos during his non-competitive heats, and he's in the water competing.
Yeah, I know. I remember at the box event where I think he was in Jared's heat, and he started. Jared was in the 6th heat of the day, and he was shooting the water from the round 1 first heat, and Sasha was in the water shooting, and Jared had to actually bring him out of his vest.
Oh.
So, and then Wesley Fisher paddled out as a board caddy, and he just started shooting while Sasha was surfing, and then you just exchange after that. Pretty cool.
So Sasha, he's a waterman.
Yeah, it's great ability. It's great that he can do both, and he's really skilled.
He's a water baby. He's a water creature. There he is, the water creature, coming up the stairs just outside of the commentator's booth. So congratulations to Sasha Specker and Jeff Hubbard, who advance on to round number 3. Currently out in the water with 22 minutes remaining. Where are we at?
So this is the current situation. Damien King's scores did come in. Looks like he did get a nice. He got a 7.17 for that first wave. Thomas Rigby not far behind. He got a 6.27. So Thomas, he's in second. In third place, Edo Luciani, he got a 3.91 for that first wave. He will now need a 3.1. Just to bear in mind that Thomas Rigby and Damien King only have had 1 wave, and Chase O'Leary in 4th. He got a short of a 1.8. So yeah, all the riders are sitting patiently. This is what has happened in the previous heats. We've had a flurry of waves to start, and then a long lull during the middle of the heat, and then another flurry of waves at the end. So let's see, there's a couple of waves coming through. There's going to a little bit of no one decides to go on that one. So it looks like we will have a little bit of a wait here. And yeah, it's just, I guess it's all part of the, just got to keep your mind strong out there and just know that a wave will come your way, and just got to pick them right.
All right, so it looks like the strategy has been put down on the table. You're going to see a lot of the riders looking for that big barrel. If they can get that big wave, they're going to look for that barrel, and they want to make sure they end that ride with a big maneuver at the end. And we just saw Sasha Specker. He caught one of those early waves, so it put him on the bottom of the priority list. So he was on the inside catching these little inside gems to get those high-scoring waves, but you can't just catch them. You got to go big on those little ones.
Yeah, you really do have to ride them well. Make sure that you get the most out and actually milk that thing to the bitter end. But yeah, we just seen Sasha Specker in the last wave, just ride the wave as fast as he can and just bang one move off and get rewarded. So the judges want to see high flying moves. They want to see, if you want to get in the barrel, you got to get really deep. You got to get behind that shock wave and make sure you'll get rewarded. You just got to take that risk. Yeah, so here we are. This is the Stealth Arica Chilean Challenge brought to you by BSC, co-sponsored with Tomato Surf Shop. We also got Land, and we got our media partners YouTube and Riptide. And let's not forget about the Council of Arica How do you say that, Manny?
La Fuerza del Sol.
La Fuerza del Sol. The Municipalidad de Arica. And we cannot forget about Movie Star, making this all possible here today.
Yeah, Movie Stars helping us out with the internet feed down here in Arica. And we got to thank you, the viewers, for tuning in as well. Kale Crafter, we know you're tuning in from Perth. Ant-Man, what up, dog, from Montevale. Manuel, we know you're tuning in from Lima, Peru. And I'm actually heading to Peru after the event for doing some Machu Picchu thing with the wife. And Ryan Hardy, I think, is going to be on that too.
Yeah.
So we know you're tuning in. Jose in Puerto Rico. Craig, once again, from home. Jono Davis in Cronulla. Roger, we know you're back online, New Smyrna, Florida. And here we go. Out the back could be some action. And no, everybody pulls back. Cronulla from Jared. Liam, what up, dog?
And
Lucas.
We see some support there from Sasha. We saw Sumpy. He's down in Pittsburgh Bay. How's it, Sumpy? I'm sure you're watching this morning. It's getting, it's probably midday over there right now. You should be doing work, bro, not watching.
Ricardo, Bom dia, Portugal. And Sam Judd in the Gold Coast. All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we are here. Heat number 3, round number 2. This is an elimination heat. 2 riders advanced, 2 riders go home. And out in the water, currently leading the charge with only 1 wave under his belt, Damien King in the white jersey.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of sets come through, during a little break, and those sets haven't really hit the reef as nasty as we've expected here. We do see a little paddle. Red and blue Edo, they split the peak. We're going to be seeing Edo Luciano going right here. Fortunately, decided not to go on that one. And Red getting a nice barrel with a nice exit on Chase O'Leary. That's his first wave of the day. So we wait for those scores to filter into the system, and we'll give you a small update. So that would leave Damien King in priority. Priority for white, Damien King. Second priority will be yellow, Thomas Rigby. And this is a replay of Chase O'Leary's little left that he had. Nice looking wave, little bumps in the way, little chops, but he deals with that quite nicely. Make sure he's in the barrel nice and long. Bottom turn and exit with a nice looping roll. Perfect little wave there for Chase O'Leary. A little screenshot. Chase O'Leary did come up. He was in the qualifying series last year, and he has qualified to be in the Grand Slam this year. Another little up-and-coming grommet from Australia. There's a lot of them, Manny. Every year we see more Australians taking part, and it's good. No, it's good.
Alex Leone coming up here just, hey, did you like my comment about Sasha? And we both laughed. McCarthy and I both loved it. Good call. Sasha Specker taking that last heat in round number 2. He, along with Jeff Hubbard, advancing on to round number 3. Currently, here's where we're at. Look at that. Instantly,
whoa.
Situation change is what we saw. 16 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Chase O'Leary knocking Damien King. But again, Kingy only has 1 wave.
Yeah, Kingy needs, so they got pretty much similar scores. We saw Chase O'Leary. They did prefer that little barrel ride to roll exit. So Chase O'Leary getting a 7.1. Added on to his 1.83 that he's currently got, giving him a total score of 8.93. Chase O'Leary taking the lead. Damien King only now needing a 1.76.
All right, hold on for a second. We have a lull in the action, which means we have time for this. We'll be back. So, like around sunset time or 7 or 8, remember when I saw you lap yesterday? I want to follow you guys for Manny Vision. Back to the action, and here we are in the competitors area for the Stealth Arica Chilean Challenge presented by BSC. Welcome, everybody. Mark McCarthy and Manny V holding it down here in the commentators area. Looks like we have some live action, and Ben Player, Jake Stone giving a high five for this right here. Dropping in, Damien King comes around the section, slides under the pocket, gets inside the barrel, stalls, and he does come out, clocking in as much barrel time as possible. Kingy. Nice wave.
King, yeah, nice looking wave for Kingy, and they just rode that thing perfectly. I'm sure he'll definitely get the score, move into first, put the pressure on the other riders. And unfortunately, on that set, there was only one wave, which does make it very difficult for the other riders because now there'll be another little lull, probably about 5-6 minutes or hopefully a little less. So we can just see Thomas Rigby have a go at it too. Thomas, he is on third, and we'll see the little situation here. You won't need much. Here we see a little replay of Damien King. We'll talk you through this one. He sees the barrel, he tries to slow down, gets himself into the pit.
Nice.
A nice little high line, gets his speed. He got a little in, a little out, gets a little bit deeper on that little second peak, and exits. That's it, Damien King. Good little way for him. There's the Joker himself.
Yes, the Joker. He just put up his third podcast a few days ago, and if you haven't seen it, hilarious. So make sure you tune in. And he's able to pull it off. He's able to pull off, some humor and incredible wave riding in a podcast, which is unbelievable. But I do warn you, it is rated PG 18.
At least.
Damien King, here he is with that solid 6.33 ride right there that you just saw. That's going to solidify his first place spot. Chase O'Leary chasing him. Thomas Rigby, only one wave under his belt right now. Eder Luciano, he needs to hit the gas right now. 13 minutes remaining in this heat.
We might just see a little turn and go here from Chase O'Leary. He's very deep on this one. I don't know if he's going to make it around. He does actually. It holds up. He gets right into the barrel. Rides it nicely. Boom! Exit with a nice looping roll.
Oh, you know what? I would say that was a land.
Yeah, it's very difficult. We've got Thomas Rigby back up. Oh, Thomas is going to barrel a little bit for him. He needs to come out with a nice exiting move here. He does with a nice roll. And he rides that one out nicely. So that's going to be very interesting. Chase only had one wave, and Thomas Rigby also had one wave. So we're going to see that little exchange there, and we'll give you a situation after that little exchange. We'll have more of a feel what's going on in this heat. And out of the back now with priority was Eder Luciani in blue. He would be waiting patiently for his first little ride because he's been going on these rides, and they haven't been offering much today. So he has to just wait his time and wait for those lefts to come through and pick them up nicely.
So you can't turn away from your monitor, your computer screen, because you may miss the wave exchange. I mean, what's happening is, you mentioned it, the sets come in, and it's back to back to back to back, and here's Eder Luciano.
Yes, Eder Luciano. We saw Damien King, put a lot of pressure on him to take that wave, and Damien King did bait him up there. And
good call, because King, if he didn't see that set out the back, he better look over his shoulder, because he is in a perfect position to select. Well, you know what? He's already in first place with 2 solid rides. He only has to build up on that 6.33.
Once again, looks like there's only going to be one wave in the set. Damien will have to decide if he wants to go or not. It doesn't look like it's going to be that. It's very peaky, but he'll have more of an idea once you get out there. It's looking pretty good, actually.
He didn't like it.
The riders don't go for a good enough reason. It just hasn't got much of a wall in it, and so that's a good call. So that was definitely a bit of a. It was definitely a bit of a little bait up there for Eder Luciani. Damien King just showed interest in the wave, and it wasn't a good-looking wave.
What does that do?
Well, King he was in second priority, and when you're out there, you want to have first priority so you can choose the best waves. And at that stage, Eder did have priority, and so King he just showed interest. You kind of like buff up. You show interest in the wave. You want to paddle for it, and then. If Eder wasn't 100% sure if he wanted to go, Damien King made sure that he wanted to go, and then obviously Eder just took the bait and swallowed hook, line, and sinker.
So now Eder's at the bottom of the priority totem pole. And here's a look who's currently out in the water. We have Damien King, Chase O'Leary, Thomas Rigby, and Eder Luciano, and you can see their colored jerseys on your left of their photo there. So Kingy in white, Chase will be in red, Thomas in yellow, and Eder Luciano in blue. That's who's currently out in the water with 10 minutes remaining in this heat.
Yeah, so the current situation with those we'll see the ups. Chase O'Leary, he got a 5.53, and here's the guys in the next heat. This is going to be quite a big one. Dallas Singer, he's always been a big threat out here. Unfortunately, yesterday he came a bit unlucky, but he'll be coming out here.
Oh, there's 2 South Africans in this next heat.
Yeah, it's going to be a massive one. I think I'm going to be jumping out of the booth and going down to the rocks and cheering my boys on. Jared Houston, Adam Morley, Dallas Singer, and Dave Hubbard. Wow, wow, wow. So that's going to be incredible. So yeah, just to give you a little score update on that one. Chase Larry looks like he did get a 5.33, 5.53 actually, moving him up into second place. Thomas Rigby got a 5.43, so just a little bit less than Chase. So that does look like we'll just confirm that what Rigby is actually going to need in this last dying 10 minutes. So the French boys, Amari Laverne and Pierre-Louis Costes, hanging out. So, with under 10 minutes to go, Thomas Rigby now needs a 7.23. Very doable for Thomas. It's not going to be easy out here, but it looks like he's going to have to get really deep in the barrel. If he needs to get that score, it's going to have to be the best wave of the heat so far. So yeah, oh sorry. So for him to move into second, that was actually to move to first. For him to move into second, he needs only a 6.37. So wow, that's going to be very interesting with under 10 minutes to go. Under 9 minutes now. Okay, and we see Thomas Rigby take it out and take down Chase O'Leary or Damien King. It's going to be an interesting time now because we will definitely see a flurry of waves coming through at the end. It has happened every single other heat, so I can't expect anything less in this one.
Oh, my. And you know what? Plenty of time. Look at the boys. I think they're checking up on the results or maybe looking through their music selection. Look at Hardy, focused. Who's coming up next? Novi just distraught right now, just missing out on that last heat, that first heat of the day. Michael Novi coming in third. Unfortunately, this is a this is an elimination round, round number 2. 2 riders will not advance on, and Michael Novi, unfortunately, is pretty bummed out. You can just see it in his face. But Nick Gornell, he advanced on to round number 3. He'll be coming up shortly, along with Ryan Hardy.
Yeah, these round 2s turn out to be pretty important for everyone. Yeah, unfortunately, we did see Michael Novi drop out, and we've got this heat currently in the water. It's going to be really exciting to watch. And this last heat's going to be just as good with Jared Houston, Dallas Singer, Dave Hubbard, and Adam Morley.
All right, big shout out to everybody who's tuned in from all over the world. Dean Evans in the South Coast. Norbert, what up? From Aruba, I'm sure he's with his crew. James Wilmont in the Gold Coast. Any relation to Dean Wilmont, old school bodyboard photographer? If so, tell him I said what up. Ryan Cooney from the Gold Coast. Jordan, we know you're watching.
And here we do see a little exchange. Thomas Rigby deciding, okay, this
go.
is it. He's going to put it on the line. He gets in the barrel. Gets in the barrel. He needs to come out. Oh, he's a little spin. Wow, it's going to be very close, Manny.
6.37 is what he's looking for that second place spot. Not sure if that's going to cut it. It was a nice barrel. It wasn't a huge barrel.
Yeah, it didn't really, he was on the brakes the whole time, and the judges like to see when you actually release the brakes and you generate that speed. That's what they'd like to see, but we'll just leave it up to them. It's going to be very close. I thought that he needed to maybe do a roll out or something else, but this is Thomas Rigby here. It's all you can see, just drags his legs in, is trying to get in there as long as possible. Oh, no, I don't think that's going to be the score, unfortunately.
Yeah, unbelievable.
It's not over yet. It's still quite a bit of time. It's 6.5 minutes left. And, yeah, it seemed like Thomas Rigby did get a 4.87, so still not enough for him to move into second. He needed a 6.37. So, yeah, it's 6 minutes left to see if Thomas Rigby can get another go at this.
Simon Patton is tuning in from South Africa. I'm not sure if you know him yet or know him, but Simon Patton or Payton. Toby Hutchinson is tuned in from Port. Shaggy, the Shagwire, is tuning in from Hawaii, and we are just all bummed out that he could not be here with us, but he's doing everything to be able to be on the next stop.
Yeah, Shaggy. We miss you, Brad.
The Shagwire.
Yeah, so currently in fourth we have Edo Luciani. He hasn't really had a start of this heat yet. Just 5.5 minutes left. He needs a 9.36. We're looking at catching 2 little waves. Hopefully he can get a little exchange here with. We do see a couple of sets coming in the back. Damien King does have priority. Let's see if he uses it up. So, yeah, no one decides to go in that. Rigby looking at this right and deciding, no, that's it, not going to go. They didn't have much to offer. There's another little wave here. Eder Luciano, he has to go. He cannot let... Oh, yeah. Eder Luciano decided to go. He needs to get a score. Nice little barrel.
Nice.
Barrel, big roll. Oh, wow. It's a nice wave. So, it's going to help his cause. He was combo to get first, and he needed a 9.36 to get second. So, I think that probably would be in the mid 6 ranges, and it'll definitely help his cause. He's going to have to get back out there with 4.5 minutes left, man. It's very doable for Edo now too. Thomas Rigby needs to paddle out and make sure that he gets third priority and wait his turn, and not not catch anything. He needs to actually look at a wave that can offer more than a 6.5 on and just go for it and go for broke.
Wow, there are some big names in this round number 2. Unfortunately, won't be advancing on. Look at this, Eder Luciano.
It's a replay for Eder. He's just mid-face turn on that one. Gets himself situated in the barrel. Exits with a nice little roll. Yeah, it would be, in the mid-range, I'd expect. But he's still going to need a mid to high range 7. Yeah, you got a 6.53. Got a shout out from Chris Friend, a good mate of mine from Durban. How's it, Chris? Good to see you watching. He's based in London at the moment. What the hell are you doing there, buddy?
All right, here's a look at that keyhole. There's about a 10-foot gap in the reef that goes really deep, and that's where all the riders are jumping in, and there's actually a current that pulls you out into the lineup. On the smaller days, it looks really easy, but on the big days, it's a scary, scary adventure. David Hubbard in the yellow jersey will be coming up next, along with Adam Morley in blue, Dallas Singer in white, and Jared Houston in red. 2 of these guys are going home. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's not going to be. It's not going to be nice to watch this one. I don't think there's going to be no mates out there.
No.
I know Dave Hubbard really wants this, and I'm sure Jared Houston. I was hanging out with him last night and the whole day yesterday, and he was just really disappointed about his performance yesterday. He just thought that he really wanted to be, just come out and just smash it, but unfortunately, he didn't get the waves off it. You see Eder Luciano decided to go on this little right. Let's see if he gets a ball for him. Nice little flip.
Nice.
He probably needed. Oh yeah, he probably needed to do another little move on that. So he only needed a 6.11. Yes, the Robins Rigby. Oh no, pull out Riggers. Get back out there, bud. So he wasn't third priority. He had to have a little dig at something. There's only 2.5 minutes left. He's going to get back out there for sure within time. Let's just see. I don't know if Chase or King is going to let him go on them. The port boys are holding it down hard here for the Australians. So we do have Damien King. He's got 2 good-looking waves. There's a replay of Eder Luciani's little flip. There we go. Up and over. So
ARS.
Nice ARS, yeah. So it's not, wasn't a massive move, but it was, I don't know if the judges are going to give him the score they need. I think it'll be in the mid-5 range, but he did need a 6.11.
All right, we're still waiting for scores to drop, but while we do, Dano coming in from Noosa, Aaron, Aruba, Liam, thank you for watching, and Maximiliano Valparaiso, Chile. Gracias, hermano. Nick Shaw, Nelson Bay, thank you all for tuning in. Manny V and Mark McCarthy holding it down here for heat number 3 of round number 2. Mark, where are we at?
So, yeah, with just under 1 minute left now, or just over 1 minute left, Eddie Luciani did get a 5.87, so that was really close for him. It did push Thomas Rigby down now into 4th. So Eda still needs a 6.11 and Riggers needs a 6.37. It looks like there's a couple of little bumps coming through, but I don't know if that's going to be here in time.
Eder, taking a look.
Eda doesn't need much. He needs a 6.11. Eda needs to go put speed on that one. Just go big over the top.
Oh, no.
And just loses his board. Oh, my gosh. I think he would have got that, Manny.
Unreal. That was the last-ditch effort for Eder Luciano and just gets bounced off his board, loses his grip, and just falls face first on that big air roll spin. ARS.
So, yeah, 30 seconds left. If I look out the back there, I don't know if we're gonna if Thomas Rigby is going to have another go. Actually going to be very close. 20 seconds. Thomas needs to paddle out. There's one wave coming in here. I don't know if he's going to make it in time. Come on.
Here we go. 15 seconds remaining. Will this set? reach. The riders, look at them. They see it. They spot it. Kingy has priority. He's trying to get in position. It looks like it could be too west and closing out the entire reef. And, yes, that wave did not work out for anybody. And that is the end of heat number 3.